We've got some new Gourmand fragrances from Victoria's Secret Pink. This review includes the Victoria's Secret Pink Fall Treats collection, the Victoria's Secret Pink Halloween collection, and the new Victoria's Secret Pink Brown Sugar scent from their body care line. Before I get started, this is a reminder to follow and subscribe to me. My name is Pearl Denise and I love talking about looking and smelling good. Here are my thoughts on the Victoria's Secret Pink Fall Treats collection, which is a set of 3 bakery gourmands. The theme is pretty obvious. You're getting delectable, mouth-watering, sweet, and savory fragrances. Victoria's Secret Pink Apple Crisp is a tart, pear, and apple pie before it's baked in the oven. The apple at the opening is fresh and slightly tart. There's also a citrusy sourness at the opening that reinforces the freshness of the apple. As it dries, the tartness from the apple subsides and the pear becomes more prominent. Even though I get the honey with the pear, it doesn't have that baked syrupy pie smell. It's still a pie, but I think of it as a pie before it's being placed in the oven. The apples and pears are freshly sliced, and we've added the honey and sugar, but it's not fully assembled. We haven't added any spices, so no cinnamon, no nutmeg, no vanilla. We're just getting the freshly sliced fruit with honey and white sugar. I say white sugar because it's sweet with a slightly sharp quality, but lacks the depth of brown sugar. This pink apple crisp body mist is good. It's an easy wearing gourmand, but it doesn't project much and performs a bit weak. So I'll rate Apple Crisp a 6 out of 10. As usual, let's do some comparisons. Victoria's Secret Dreamy Apple Orchid is a linear apple fragrance with a little bit of woodiness. Pink Apple Crisp is a blend of apple, pear, and sugar, and is the superior one, even though it's not as apple as Dreamy Apple Orchid. I don't own Victoria's Secret Pink Apple Rush from last year's fall collection, but I remember it well. Apple Rush was more of a fresh scent with an airy apple. These don't smell similar at all, but when I was testing Apple Crisp, I immediately thought of Victoria's Secret Pink on Vacation Cool and Bright. They share the pear and honey, but the mango makes this Cool and Bright way more fruity. Victoria's Secret Pink Buttery Sugar is a vanilla croissant dipped in maple butter. I can't really detect the flaky croissant on its own, but I get elements throughout the wear. There's a flash of bitterness with the vanilla cream opening, which reminds me of the slightly burnt edges of a croissant. The milk in the vanilla cream opening is more subtle, so this is not a milky fragrance. It's heavier on the sugar icing. I am so relieved that this maple does not smell like pancake syrup. The maple is still very sweet and thick, but I feel like the vanilla cream makes this more wearable rather than a novelty pancake fragrance. I can't isolate the butter from the maple, but what I can say is that there is a subtle creaminess in Victoria's Secret Pink Buttery Sugar that makes this the perfect gourmand. I like gourmands, but I am not a gourmand girl. I am a warm floral lover, but this is a perfect gourmand because it is sweet and it is bakery without that underlying sharpness and stinkiness that I sometimes get from this type of fragrance. I can't stop smelling my wrist. I will be getting backups. You know I don't say this often, but this is a 10 out of 10. Victoria's Secret Cozy Vanilla Cashmere is completely different. I did a separate review for this collection, but Cozy Vanilla Cashmere is a warm and nutty vanilla with a tiny bit of bitter musk added. It's another gourmand, but it's not bakery at all. Sniff Extra Whip isn't a bakery gourmand. It's more of a light and airy vanilla cream. Bath & Body Works Mary Cookie is a vanilla sugar cookie. There's no maple element, so it's completely different. Victoria's Secret Cinnamon Drizzle is sugar icing with a dash of cinnamon. The opening is a very cold sugar frosting. It's as if the frosting was made from scratch and then cooled in the refrigerator. The sugar is not caramelized and is definitely not brown sugar. It's more whipped without the creaminess. As it dries, I get a very generic baked good that's not cookies or cake. There's a hint of readiness, but before I can think of it for too long, I finally get the cinnamon note. Despite the name, the cinnamon is more subtle. Unlike most gourmand fragrances with cinnamon that I've tried, this cinnamon isn't mixed with other things. There's no nutmeg or vanilla extract or cardamom to add depth. This is a more ground cinnamon spice, not cinnamon stick. I think the lack of strong cinnamon makes Victoria's Secret Cinnamon Drizzle more wearable and easy to layer with other perfumes. I give this an 8 out of 10. Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Swirl Cake is a pumpkin cake with toffee and caramel. completely different. Body Fantasy's Cupcake Swirl is a strong, dense cinnamon cake. Victoria's Secret Pink Very Vanilla is also heavy on the cinnamon, but with an even stronger and more warm bakery quality. Sniff Extra Whip is not as sweet and has vanilla. Instead of the usual perfume layering combos, I'm going to switch things up and do some gourmand shower routines for each of the fragrances from the Victoria's Secret Pink Fall Treats collection. Before I get into the shower routines, I want to stress that I start all my shower routines with a first wash using a cheap, non moisturizing bar soap. This is for hygiene purposes and to give my skin a clean base for the body care products. Iris Spring is probably my favorite bar soap because it rinses without residue and makes you feel clean. After the bar soap, I'm going to go into the Kiehl's Creme de Corp Smoothing Oil to Foam Body Cleanser. This has a nice honey scent and a great base to follow up with the matching soy milk and honey with body butter. Then I'll go into the Bath& Body Works Cocoa Shea Body Oil in the honey fragrance. And to top it off, we'll use the Mix Bar Honey Milk Eau de Parfum. For the Apple Crisp shower routine number 2, we're going to do a moisturizing body wash. Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Play in the original Cherryosa 62 cent is great because it's kind of like sweet and has nuttiness to it. Then we're going to follow it up with the Victoria's Secret Pink Brown Sugar Body Lotion. Stay tuned for that review. And then lastly, we'll top it off with Victoria's Secret Tea's Sugar Fleur because it's a really nice apple perfume. For the Victoria's Secret Pink Buttery Sugar Shower Routine number 1, we're going to do, of course, the Iris Spring Bar Soap. Then we're going to use the Victoria's Secret Vanilla Bean and Macadamia Body Wash. It's a beautiful, nutty, warm body wash. Great base to follow with the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Body Oil. And then we're going to use the Soap and Glory Smoothie Star Body Butter in almond and vanilla. It has like a beautiful nuttiness that's just so complex. We'll top it off with the Stiff Hot Cakes perfume if we just want that just heavy gourmand. For the shower routine number 2 for buttery sugar, we're going to start with the Dove times Crumble Nilla Bean Cupcake Moisturizing Body Wash because we want kind of that cakey goodness. Then we're going to top that off with the Victoria's Secret Pink Brown Sugar Body Lotion. Use the body mist, of course. And lastly, we're going to use the Swiss Arabian Shagaf Vanilla Toffee perfume. This is not a summer perfume, by the way. It's really heavy, so if you're going to wear it, definitely wear it in the colder months. For the Victoria's Secret Pink Cinnamon Drizzle Shower Routine number 1, we are going to do, of course, the Iris Spring Body Soap. Then we're going to follow it with the Philosophy Fresh Cream Body Wash. This is a really nice smell, and I always forget to use it. That's why you see it's brand new. But I love the Philosophy Fresh Cream Body Lotion. It's a beautiful milky cream that would just go really well with Cinnamon Drizzle. Lastly, we're going to top it off with the Okcha times Paul Reacts That Girl Viral Vanilla because we just want kind of a basic, warm, vanilla-ish, creamy type of moment. For the Pink Cinnamon Drizzle Shower Routine number 2, we're going to start again with the Dove times Crumble Vanilla Bean Cupcake or Vanilla Bean Cupcake Moisturizing Body Wash. After that, we're going to go into the Fenty Butter Drop Warm Cinnamon Shimmering Whipped Body Oil Cream. This is a very cinnamon heavy, very kind of oily body cream that will just give us more of that cinnamon. Then we're going to follow it up with the Swiss Arabian Shagaf Oud Tonka perfume. I just love when brands listen to consumers. Everyone has been begging for gourmands, and Victoria's Secret delivered a fantastic collection. I'm warning you in advance that I don't think these are going to be there for the January semi-annual sale. Wait for a $6 sale and grab these before Halloween. Speaking of Halloween, here are my thoughts on the Victoria's Secret Pink Halloween Duo for 2025. Victoria's Secret Pink Good Goal goal is candied strawberries with fluffy sugar and a hint of floral. The first spray gives me a powdered strawberry candy. The strawberries are very subtle and give way to a very playful and youthful fragrance. As it dries, the light and airy powdered sugar takes center stage, but light florals prevent it from getting too sweet. The poppies are not very dominant, but they give good gold fragrance, a touch of greenness, and become stronger in the dry down. This is a very cutesy fragrance, but it's not particularly unique, and the performance isn't great. I rate this Pretty Floral a 6 out of 10. Bath and Body Works Strawberry Flirt is a better version of this scent. It's stronger with a more jammy and syrupy strawberry. Victoria's Secret Strawberries and Champagne is completely different. The strawberries are not as sweet and there is slightly bitter champagne. Victoria's Secret Pink Strawberry Dip is a more gourmand strawberry with a powdered sugar without any tartness or florals. I would get this one instead. Victoria's Secret Pink Haunt Mess Haunt Mess is a very clean shampoo-like blend of blackberries and jasmine. The first spray is a bit sour before it reveals the blackberries, which are sweet and fruity and just a little bit powdery. It's not a syrupy sweetness. Instead, there is a tartness that gives these blackberries slightly candy quality. Despite this, there is an underlying darkness in the hauntness fragrance. It's not listed, but I can detect an ever so slight wine or dark liquor quality. Perhaps it's the woodiness as a base note, perhaps the dark jasmine, but there's something witchy about this fragrance. I can't detect the jasmine or any florals in this, but maybe it's adding a level of muskiness to keep this fragrance from going blackberry juice. This fragrance is nice, but I don't think it's a must have. I rate this fruity woody fragrance a 7 out of 10. Bath and Body Works All Eyes on Her has similar notes, but is sweeter and has an underlying mossiness. These are quite similar, but Hot Mess is fresher and less fruity. I would definitely pick All Eyes on Her. I think it's a better fragrance. Victoria's Secret Sultry Petals is much deeper and sexier. It's not listed, but I am definitely getting a patchouli that makes Sultry Petals more mature than Haunt Mess. Victoria's Secret Twilight Amber Berry has a stronger berry and doesn't come off as refreshing or shampoo-like as Haunt Mess. Let's do some quick perfume layering combos before we get into the new pink brown sugar lotion. Here are the perfume layering combos for the Victoria's Secret Pink Halloween 2025 collection. For Victoria's Secret Good Wool, we're going to start with Cali Young Bougie Marshmallow 81. This is just a beautiful candy marshmallow sweet scent that will pair very well with that fragrance. Another option would be Oakshire times Paul React Strawberry Sensation. This is a very kind of candy-ish strawberry perfume that will go really well. The last option would be Zara Vibrant Caramel Candy. This is more of a candy scent. It has like that berry, but it also has some caramel, which I think pairs really well with that. For the Haunt Mess, we're going to start with the Kate Spade Sparkle Perfume. This is a very beautiful, very underrated berry perfume that goes really good with Haunt Mess. The second option will be Velvet Vanilla. This is kind of a sweet perfume. Doesn't have all the exact same notes, but they pair very good together because they have those similar vibes. The last option is probably my favorite combo, which is the Valentino Donna Born Aroma Extra Dose. Beautiful blackberry with some vanilla and rum will pair so well with Haunt Mess. I would honestly skip the Victoria's Secret Pink Halloween collection. These scents are not unique at all. July just started. I promise there are going to be better fall releases. Before I get into my last review, I want to note that this brown sugar fragrance also comes in a body oil and body mist. I usually don't review the Victoria's Secret Pink Body Care Mist in the chubby, roundish packaging because the performance for those mists are awful. So I feel like they're a waste of money. Those mists are more of a hair and body mist, so they're alcohol free to be more gentle and less drying. The alcohol ingredient is what helps fragrances last longer. On the flip side, the rest of the products in that Victoria's Secret Pink body care line are fantastic. Here are my thoughts on the Victoria's Secret Pink Brown Sugar Body Lotion. The fragrance is a very dense brown sugar with spices and light bakery elements. It smells delicious. It's like a warm, very warm and gourmand scent with cinnamon and nutmeg and even a little bit of salt from baked cookies. Instead of buying the matching lotion for each of the body mists from the Victoria's Secret Pink Fall Treats collection, I recommend that you only get this body lotion. You don't want to fall into the trap of getting matching body lotions for everything. Scent wise, this is a very versatile body lotion that will layer very nicely with most gourmands, especially gourmands that are bakery, edible, and cakey. I love how this is very sweet but has a spiciness to make it complex. Despite being infused with shea butter, this body lotion is not too heavy or greasy. It's not as watery as the regular Victoria's Secret body lotions that come with a body mist. Your skin is going to be left with a sheen, but the palms of your hands and fingertips won't be too slippery. There is no shimmer or glitter in this formula. The cinnamon fragrance is lighter compared to the Fenty Skin Butter Drop and Warm Cinnamon. The actual lotion is not as greasy as Fenty. Compared to the Very Vanilla lotion from last year's Pink Fall collection, the brown sugar lotion is not as cakey or vanillic. The actual formula is a little bit better than last year's. As much as I love this scent, I prefer my body lotions to be a little bit more greasy. I rate the Victoria's Secret Pink Brown Sugar Body Lotion a 7 out of 10. I know that some of you wonder why fall scents are being released in July. Releasing them in July gives Victoria's Secret enough time to sell the products and turn them around to make space for more things. Most people are not body care or fragrance enthusiasts. I don't think most Victoria's Secret customers are visiting the stores or even shopping online more than maybe 3 or 4 times a year. This gives Victoria's Secret a limited time to capture the audience and give enough exposure to the fall lineup. If Victoria's Secret waited until, say, September to release the fall collection, that wouldn't be enough time for casual Victoria's Secret customers to see it. That wouldn't be enough time for the collection to sell. We'd be seeing fall products in June. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, I am Pro Denise and this is Beauty Body Pro.